ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। So we were looking at the second Vakya Bhashya of the fifth Brahmana of the first chapter. Here Bhashyakara was talking about the Sadharanam Annam. Okay, the Sapta Anna Brahmana, this is called, because 7 types of Anna are talked about here. And in that, the first one is the Sadharanam Annam. Sadharanam means common to everybody. Now here, there is a different opinion. One of the commentators is saying that Sadharanam Annam is actually the Anna which is given as part of the ritual called Vaishve Deva. Now the Vaishve Deva ritual, also you are offering Anna in that. Now Bhashyakara is arguing that that is not the correct meaning, because Vaishve Deva Annam is not really Sadharanam to everybody. It is not commonly given to everybody. And and also anyway, Vaishve Deva will become a subset of the Sadharanam. If we say that it is the normal food which is eaten by everybody, Vaishve Deva also is included in that. And further what he is saying is, this Sadharanam Annam, if you if you do upasana of that, like that it is given. Upaste means you are taking the food without sharing it with somebody else, then you will get papa. Like that also it is said. Now this will not apply properly if you take that Sadharanam Annam as the Vaishve Deva Annam. So that way also it is not proper, because Vaishve Deva is not some kind of pratisiddha karma, correct? It is not something which is prohibited. Therefore, also you cannot say that with if you do not do it, if you do not do the Vaishve Deva, in fact you may get Pratyavaya, because it is all part of the Nitya Karma. So, like this, there are different reasons he is giving, Bhashyakara, to say that Sadharana Mannam is the normal food which is eaten by everybody. Also, I think we were looking at this. Itaratra cha pratyavayo upapattehe, he says. So, also in the other Upanishad, he is quoting Taittiriya Upanishad here, Ahamannam Ahamannamannamadantamaadmi, like that it goes. Okay. So this is actually the last mantra in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad has 3 Valli. There is a Shiksha Valli, there is a Brahmananda Valli, and there is a Bhrigu Valli. This is the last verse in the Bhrigu Valli. Some people say Taittiriya Upanishad also has a 4th chapter, which is normally known as Mahanarayana Upanishad. That is very big, in fact. It has, in fact, lot of the mantras we use in Sandhya Vandanam and in many other regular karma and all are part of the Mahanarayana Upanishad. Upayukta mantras are all there in that. But this Ahamannam is actually a Samagana. So, Etat Samaganam, like that it says. Etat Samaganam. This Samagana I am going to sing now. The Jnani is singing, it seems. So, what is the Jnani singing here? Ahamannam, Ahamannam, Ahamannam. Ahamannado, Hamannado, Hamannadaha. Ahaggashlokakrit, Ahaggashlokakrit, Ahaggashlokakrit. Like that, this Samagana goes. So in that, what the Jnani is saying is, I am the food, Aham Annam. I am also the eater of the food. So Annadaha. Annadaha means one who is eating the food. Okay. So I am the food. I am also the eater of the food. Like this, that is the vision of the Veda. See how great it is. The Jnani's vision is, Jnani is Sarvatma. Jnani is the Atma of everything. Therefore, uh, the uh, the food also is me, the Bhogya Vastu, and the Bhokta also is me. In fact, both are me means essentially both are really only Mithya. I being the Satya Vastu, the ultimate reality, all others are only appearances. So I am only appearing as food. I am only appearing as the eater of the food also. Like that, that is the vision. Ahagga Shlokakrit means Aham Shlokakrit. Shlokakrit here means it is the Sanghata of both the Anna and Annada, like that Bhashyakara says in the Taittiriya Upanishad Bhashya. Means I am the combination of both the eater and the eaten. So that is the vision of the Jnani. Once becoming Jnani, then Jnani, and it is repeated 3 times because it is like Vismaya, he says. It is like wonder. That is the wonder of knowledge, correct? Once you get self-knowledge, it is wonderful that I am the self of everything. That vision is so wonderful that that Samagana is like that, Ahamannam, 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 like that. 3 times it is repeated because it is wonderful. It's a great wonder, in fact. In that, later on it says that the one who actually distributes this food, okay, Yoma Dadati, like that it comes. So the one who distributes this food to others, Annarthis, the others who want food, then that person is really protecting me, like that. But the one who does not give the food, okay, Ahamannam Adantam means Adantam means the one who does not give it. Okay, Dantam means one who gives, but Adantam means Annam Adantam means the one who eats the food, even though he got the food at the right time and right place, he is not sharing. He is eating it himself without giving to others who want that food. So that person is called Adantam here. And that person, I will eat him as food, it says. The Jnani is saying, Aham Admi. Okay. So Admi means Aham Adantam Annam Admi means what? The one who is eating the Anna without giving it to others, that person I will eat as my Anna. Like that, it is said here. So here also what is said is that the implication of this is if somebody eats food without sharing it with others, it is a papa, it is a pratyavaya in fact. Not giving food to others, so not doing that karma and eating yourself is looked upon as a papa. Pratyavaya means akarane pratyavaya, like that it is very, see akarane pratyavaya shravana also he says. Okay. Means essentially you eat food without sharing it with others means that that is something which is going to give you only papa. Pratyavaya is a dosha actually, it's a kind of papa. If you don't do whatever you are supposed to do, you will gain pratyavaya. Like that, even in the Purva Mimamsa it is said that. So here also, if you eat without giving it to others, then you will gain this dosha. It's a papa. So Bhashyakara is quoting all these things, and finally what he is establishing is that that this sadharanam annam is sadharanam. It is common food for everybody. It is not something like this Vaishvedeva annam. Okay. Now, continuing, Dve Devan Abhajayat iti mantrapadam. So, if you go back here, two parts out of the 7 Saptanna, one is the Sadharanamannam, then two more are divided and given to the Devas. Okay. So, Dve Devan Abhajayat iti. This is what Bhashyakara is commenting now. Kutam cha prahutam cha tasmad devebhyo juhvati cha pracha juhvati ataha ahuhu darshapurnamasav iti tasman na ishti yajukaha syat. So this is what now we are going to see, this part. Dve devan abhajayat iti mantrapadam ye dve anne srishtva devan abhajayat. So after creating these two annas, they were divided and given to the devas. Okay, and what are they? What are those two annas? Kete dve iti uchate. Kutam cha prahutam cha. That which is huta means that which is given as offering into fire is called huta. Prahutam means that which is later on given as danam and all that. Okay, like a present and all that. That is called prahuta. Because you give it to some, you can even invoke a devata or a pitra and all that in a brahmana and then give danam to them, correct? So that is called prahuta. So that Bhashyakara is explaining. Hutam iti agnau havanam. So whatever you are offering into the fire, in the fire ritual, that is called hutam. That whatever you are offering, correct? You are offering havis, you are offering ghee, all that is hutam. Then prahutam hutva baliharanam. So after doing this fire ritual, you give bali offerings. Okay, not into the fire. Generally, you offer. You can even keep it for in the bali pita and all. You keep food so that even some animals and all can, or birds can come and eat. That is also done. It's not offered into the fire. So this kind of two types of offering, and they are all for devatas, like this one view. Okay, this is one view. Yasmat dve ete anne huta prahute devan abhajayat pita. Therefore what? So these two annas which are offered into fire and which are not offered into fire but otherwise offered, these two were divided and given to the devas by the pita. Pita here is the jiva only. Okay, tasma etarhi api grihinaha kale देवेभ्यो जुह्वति देवेभ्यः इदम् अन्नम् अस्माभिः दीयमानम् इति मन्मानाः जुह्वति प्रजुह्वति च हुत्वा बलिहरणं च कुर्वतः इत्यर्थः. Therefore what, even now, okay, because the pita divided these two things, the hutam and prahutam for the devas, even today the grihinaha, those who are grihasthas, and what they do, so etarhi api kale grihinaha devebhyaha juhvati. So for the devas they offer it into the fire. And how do they offer? They say for the devas idam annam asmabhihi diyamanam. Because whenever we offer, always we say indraya swaha, indraya idanna mama. Like that in every, whenever you do the homa, or even if you give some dakshina or something to somebody, it is not enough that you give it to them. You have to explicitly say that this is no more mine. Okay, idam na mama. Like that it is there. That is the tradition. So you give it to them. Okay, we are now giving it to you. Please take this offering. With that attitude, thinking like that, manmanaha juhvati, they give it into the fire. Agni is the postman for devatas, correct? Agni is the he is the one who carries all this havis and all that. That's why he is called Havya Vahanaha, the name for Agni. So, like that, you juhvati means you do havanam. Then prajuhvati cha hutva, after doing the havanam or the offering into fire. We also do Bali Haranam. All the Grihasthas are doing Bali also. So both are being done. These two are the two annas for Devatas. But there is also one more interpretation for these two annas. Athaha api anyaha ahuhu. Okay, so further what others say differently. What do they say? Dve anne pitra devebhyah pratte na huta prabhute kim tarhi darshapurna maso iti. So the two annas which are given by the Pita to the Devas, okay, uh, are not Huta and Prahuta, but they are actually Darsha Purnamasa. So whatever offerings you give in the ritual called Darsha Purnamasa means you have to do first on the full moon day, okay, Paurnami. During Paurnami, full moon day, you have to do a ritual. Then you offer. Even see, typically in our homes, there are supposed to be 3 fires have to be there. Okay, one will have semicircle, the Vedi, the whatever the altar, correct? The fire altar, one will be a semicircle, another will be a circle, third will be a square. Okay, like that, 3 Agnis will be there. And in these 3 Agnis, you have to do offering. There are specific ways what all you have to do and all. The Darsha Purnamasa ritual is very detailed. It is there in the Grihya Sutras. It is there how to do that. So the same person has to do on the full moon day, then has to do on the new moon day also. So every month on the full moon day you have to do, on the new moon day also you have to do. Now this ritual is generally done for punya. There is no specific phala is not given. See, otherwise normally for all the Vaidika karma, specific results are always said. If you do this, you will get this, or at least you will go to Swarga. Okay. So Swarga kamaha jyotishtoma yajeta. So if you want to go to Swarga, do jyotishtoma like that and all. There are specific statements are there. Okay. But for the Darsha Purnamasa, it is generally it is supposed to be done. Okay, every full moon day and every new moon day. But again, there are Agnihotra you have to do whole life. But Darsha Purnamasa is not like that. You are supposed to do up to a certain age, and then you need not do that. But up to that point, you are supposed to do every full moon day and every new moon day. In fact, it's supposed to be only one ritual. Although you do it on full moon day and new moon day, the both together forms one ritual only, one karma. Part of one karma only you do first on the full moon day, then you complete it on the new moon day, like that. Now, those 2 offerings on the full moon day and new moon day only are the 2 offerings we are giving to the Deva. Okay, like this. Now, another meaning also is there. Okay. So, Darsha Purnamaso iti. Now, but what the other person, whoever said it is Hutam and Prahutam, they are saying now, Dvitvat Shravana Avisheshat Atyanta Prasiddhatvacha Huta Prahute iti Prathamaha Paksha. So, Bhashyakara himself is giving the Prathamataha, those who said the first explanation, those who gave the first explanation, their argument is what? See, we are saying Dve. 2 annas have been given, like that. Dvitva Shravanam is there. 2 food. It is divided into 2 and given to Devas, correct? Like that. Dvitva is talked about. Now, Huta and Prahuta are 2 different anna, clearly. Okay. But Darsha Purnamasa is considered to be a single karma. So, how can you say that it is 2 anna? Like that, one question can come. Also, this Huta and Prahuta are very, very popularly known. Everybody does it. Okay, Atyanta Prasiddhatvacha. Therefore, we have to take Huta and Prahuta only as the 2 annas for the devatas or devas. But what Bhashyakara, but finally the Siddhanta is what? Yadyapi dvitvam huta prahuta yoho sambhavati. So huta and prahuta, clearly two different offerings are there. That is possible there. Tathapi Srautayoho evatu darshapurnamasayoho devannatvam prasiddhataram. What Bhashyakara is saying is hutam and prahutam are all can be even smarta karma. Means it can come from even smriti. It is not particularly from the Veda. You can give this fire offerings and even other Bali, Haranam and all that. From the Smritis also it is mandated. So it can be a Smarta karma also. But this Darshapurna Masa is a Shrauta karma. It is mandated by the Shruti itself, the Veda. And it is very prasiddha in the Veda. Therefore, we have to take that only, he says. Even though Darsha Purnamasa is one karma, but at least two different offerings are there. One on the Purnamasa, the full moon day, another on the new moon day, correct? Also, mantra prakashitatva. So it has been, this Darsha Purnamasa is talked about in the Veda itself. So that is the main meaning we have to take. And further he says, Guna Pradhana Praptaucha Pradhane Pratamatara Avagatihi. So this is a general rule. See, whenever we are interpreting something, any sentence or even a word can have a primary meaning and it can have a secondary or a gauna means figurative meaning. Okay. Now only if the primary meaning does not fit in, you should take the secondary meaning. For example, Simho Manavakaha, if you say the student is a lion. Now, student cannot be lion, correct? The primary meaning does not fit in. So then you say, okay, he is like a lion. He has the qualities of the gunas of lion. He is courageous, something like that, or he is like the king, whatever. So the gauna meaning you have to take only if the primary meaning is not proper. It doesn't fit in. But when the primary meaning is there, that alone should be taken. Okay, so that is the general rule of interpretation. So keeping all these things in mind, Darsha Purnamasayoschya Pradhanyam Huta Prahuta Apekshaya, he says. So if you compare it with Huta and Prahuta, Darsha Purnamasa only is Pradhana we have to take because it is revealed by the Shruti itself and it is very, very well known in the Veda. Therefore, that is only taken here as the two annas for the devas. Tasmat tayoho eva grahanam yuktam. So therefore, considering them as the meaning of these two annas is the proper way of understanding this. So dve devan abhajayat iti. So dve devan, whatever two annas which were divided for the devas are nothing but darsha and purnamasa. Yasmat devartham yete pitra प्रक्लिप्ते दर्शपूर्णमासाख्ये अन्ये तस्मात् तयोः देवार्थत्व अविघाताय न इष्टियाजुकः इष्टियजनशीलः इष्टिशब्देन किल काम्या इष्टयः शातपथि इयं प्रसिद्धिः. So further, see, everywhere the Upanishad is giving some general advice or whatever, correct? So first it said that you should not eat without sharing it with others. Here also what it is saying, you are doing all this Darsha Purnamasa, so many yagas you are doing, correct? But whatever is supposed to go to the devas, whatever you are supposed to offer to the devas, like Darsha Purnamasa karma, that you have to do not for expecting any result for yourself. This you are generally giving it to the devas, like a dana. Okay, of course, there is some punya you will get for that, but that is not the main goal here. So the Darsha Purnamasa you have to do with an attitude of offering to the devas. That's all. Clear? So it is not for yourself, specifically for any results or anything. So here Upanishad itself says Tasman na ishtiyajikaha syat. That's what now Bhashyakara is explaining here. So he says, Yasmat devartham yete pitra praklipte, means these two annas are created only for the sake of the devas, okay, which are called Darsha Purnamasakhya Anye. So whatever is known as the Darsha Purnamasanna, therefore what Tasmat Tayoho Devartatva Avighataya. So giving not, so they, you should not do them without giving it to the devas. Okay, that means expecting something in result. You should not offer them and expect something in result for that. That means then it will become ishti yajukaha, means kamya ishti. That's what Bhashyakara, although the Upanishad is only saying ishti yajukaha, he is adding here ishti means actually kamya karma only. So you should not do the Darshapurnamasa as a kamya karma, but other kamya karmas are there. You can still do that, but at least this Darshapurnamasa should not be done with a it should be done only with an attitude of offering to the devas. That is the idea here. Okay. So ishti yajana shilaha na. So do not do it. Do this Darshapurnamasa with expecting some result for yourself, desiring something for yourself. And this is very familiar or popular in the Shatapatha Brahmana itself. Shatapati yam prasiddhihi. Okay. So this idea that Darshapurnamasa has to be done as an offering to the devas is familiar in the Shatapatha Brahmana. It is said already. And then also this Ishti Yajukaha, that pratyaya which is used there is called Tachilya pratyaya. Means the yaj is the dhatu, but the Yajukaha is there, correct? Means the one who does something habitually. So Kamya Ishti Yajukaha means one who habitually does all this yajna, desiring something for himself. Okay. So the Tachilya Pratyaya means that Pratyaya brings in the meaning of doing something habitually. The noun is there, sorry, the verb is there. That verb, whatever action indicated by the verb is done habitually, that meaning comes. That is called Tachilya Pratyaya. So Tachilya Pratyaya Prayogat Kamya Ishti Yajana Pradhanaha na syadityarthaha. So you have to do it. Uh, you have to do it as a habit, but not expecting any kamya, whatever the desiring any result for yourself. So it is not kamya ishti like this. That is the other part. Okay, now so the three annas are over now. One sadharanam, two for the devatas. Now what? Further, Pashubhyaha ekam prayachaditi. So that is the next one. You can see here. Pashubhyaha ekam prayachaditi tat payaha. So that is the milk. So one anna has been given to all the animals, and that is milk. Payohi eva agre manushyascha pashavascha upajivanti tasmat kumaram jatam ghritam vai va agre pratilehayanti stanam va anudhapayanti atha vatsam jatam ahuhu atrinada iti. So this part we are going to see. Pashubhyaha ekam prayachaditi yat pashubhyaha ekam prayachat pita. So pita gave one annam to all these pashus. Kim punaha tadannam, what is that? Tat payaha, so that is milk. Katam punaha avagamyate pashavaha asya annasya swaminaha ityataha aha. So how do we know that this anna has been given by this Pita or Swami, the master? Okay. So the whoever is the owner of that anna, how do you know that that it has been given to the pashus? So further it is said, payaha hi agre prathamam yasmat manushyaascha pasavascha paya eva upajivanti iti uchitam hi tesham tadannam anyata katham tadeva agre niyamena upajiveyuhu. So this milk alone is given in the beginning. As soon as an animal is born, whether it is human being or even animal, first what is given? Okay, so yasmat manushyaascha pasavascha. So here both manusha and pashus are all considered to be similar. Both manushas and pashus, they all live initially as soon as they are born only by having milk. Okay, milk is the only food which can be had by an infant, whether it is a human infant or animal infant. Therefore, what? Therefore, for the animals, this annam is uchitam. It is proper. It is the proper food for animals. Milk can be considered as the proper food. Otherwise, what? Katam tadeva agre niyamena upajiveyu. Otherwise, how do they only have that in the beginning? Initially, the infants only have milk and live and get nourished by that alone. Correct? So, therefore, how can we say that milk is the anna for animals? Because that is what is initially had by all the infants, and that is how they grow also. So, katham agre tadeva upajivanti iti uchate. So how does these animals and human being, the infants, how do they live only by having milk? That is also explained by the Upanishad. What is it saying? Manushyaascha pasavascha yasmat tenaiva annena vartante adyatvepi yata pitra adau viniyogah kritaha tata tasmat kumaram balam jatam ghritam va त्रैवर्णिका जातकर्मणि जातरूप संयुक्तं प्रतिलेहयन्ति प्राशयन्ति. So here both Manushya and the animals, because what they only vartante means they live or they are living only by this anna. Even today it is like that. And also what yatha pitra ado viniyogah kritaha. So in the beginning by the pita, this anna only was given to all the animals. Therefore what tatha kumaram balam jatam. So whenever a son is born, a baby is born, correct? Jata karma is done. That is one of the as soon as it is born, this is the first samskara we do. Before the birth only garbhadhana is there. There is a garbhadhana samskara, and then jata karma. As soon as the child is born, we do a jata karma, and this is done by all the three varnas. Bhashyakara is saying, Traivarnikaha. So this samskara is there for Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya, for all of them. In the jata karma, what do you do? Pratilehayanti. Okay, ghritam. So they take ghee and then just rub it on the lips of the infant. So that is the first food which is given. Or otherwise what? All others, stanam va anudhapayanti, paschat payayanti, or otherwise these babies are suckled by the mother. Okay, and they drink milk. So yatha sambhavam anyesham. So as whenever it is possible, the infant is suckled by the mother for all others, including Shudras and other animals and all that. Therefore, what? Whichever way it is, either it is ghee, which is initially given as part of the Jata Karma, or milk is given by suckling the infant. Therefore, what? That is, Gritam also is really of milk only, correct? Ghee also. So, milk only is given initially. So stanameva agre dhapayanti manushyebhyah anyesham pashunam. So that is what is said here. Therefore, what? Milk alone is the first food, and therefore it is proper to say that the food which has been given to the animals is nothing but milk. Also, one more reason is given here. Atha vatsam jata mahuhu kiyat pramanaha vatsa ityevam prishtaha santaha atrinadaha iti na adyapi trinamatti ativa balaha payasa eva adyapi vartate ityarthaha. So one more reason is what? Further, vatsam means infant, baby. So once the baby is born, people ask, Kiyat pramanaha vatsaha, means how old is this baby? So how old is this baby? If a question is asked either of a calf, okay, particularly. So when it is asked about a calf, how old is this baby? This vatsam means it's a calf, it's a baby calf. So ityevam prishtaha santaha, when a question like this is asked, what is the answer given? Atrinadaha iti. So this calf is not right now taking grass. It is not yet at a stage where it can eat grass. That is the meaning. So atrinadaha means one who is not yet eating grass. That means what? Na adyapi trinamatti. So even today, this calf, this vatsa does not eat grass. That means it is ativa balaha. It's very much a baby. Okay, it's an infant. So payasa eva adyapi vartate. It is still living only on milk. Iti arthaha. So yacha agre jata karmadau घृतम उपजीवन्ति यच्च इतरे पयः एव तत् सर्वथापि पय एव उपजीवन्ति. So Bhashyakara says whether in the beginning you do jata karma and give ghee, or for all others milk is given, in all the cases ghee also is considered as milk product only. So everybody lives initially only from milk. So Ghritasyapi payo vikaratvat payastvameva. So ghee being nothing but a modification of milk, it can also be considered as milk only, because you can call the effect by the cause. So this is also a general rule is there. Sometimes the word which is used for the cause can be used for the effect also. Therefore what? Kasmat punaha saptamam sat Pashwannam Chaturtatvena Vakhyayate. So here, one interesting point Bhashyakara raised. See, they are even raising all these small things. They don't leave. Why? What he is saying here is, this is the second Vakya where the Upanishad itself is giving the meaning, correct? So here, first three are talked about. Then fourth, it is talking about the Pashubhyaha Ekam Prayachat. But if you go to the original, okay, in the original, if you see, fourth one is not the annam for pashu. Immediately it talks about after the devan abhajayati. It says trini atmane akurata. Three things were done for oneself. Okay, three annams for himself, for oneself, the individual, the jiva. Then only pashubhyaha ekam prayachati is there. But why now here this pashu is taken as fourth and these three are not talked about? Like this, Bhashyakara is raising a question on that. Okay. So Kasmat Punaha Saptamam Sat. So originally it was said as the seventh Anna. But this Pashwanna here, Chaturthatvena Vyakhyayate, while giving the explanation, it is taken as the fourth one. So for this also he has to now give an explanation. What is he saying? Karma sadhanatva, karma hi payas sadhana shrayam agnihotradi तच्च कर्म साधनम वित्त साध्यम वक्ष्यमानस्य अन्नत्रयस्य साध्यस्य यथा दर्शपूर्णमासौ पूर्वोक्तौ अन्ने अतः कर्मपक्षत्वात् कर्मणा सह पिंडीकृत्य upadeshaha. So what he is saying is, the first anna is sadharanam anna, which is supposed to be shared with everybody. Then two annas you give to the devatas. Then one anna you are going to give it to the animals. Okay. So this anna which is uh, given to the animals is the one which is the means for gaining karma or doing karma. It's a karma sadhana. Okay, the others are also like that, he says. So first he is explaining karma hi paya sadhana shrayam, means you can do Vaidika karma only with milk. That's why I am telling you, our Vaidika culture can never really become vegan. Of course, this vegan sentiment is correct, because in an industrialized dairy, milk is produced with lot of violence. Correct? They kill all the bulls, they separate the mother and the child. They don't give any proper. The milk is supposed to go to the calf first. Then only we can take the milk. Whatever is excess milk, we take. So if you do like that, it is fine. Now, if you are having cows in your own home, people were not that greedy to take all the milk and sell and all that. Correct? They were, even now, even in our Goshala, we leave it to the calves first. And some cows do not have any excess milk at all, so we don't care. Some cows do have more milk than what the, in fact, you cannot let the calf also drink too much milk. It is not good also for the calf itself. So that also, all this, our cow herds and all, they know that how much milk the calf can drink so that it is nourished properly. The rest we can take afterwards. So even later on, we give two teats, we give it to the calf always. Only from two teats we take the milk, let us say. But initially we give lot more milk to the calf till it grows to a certain extent. So like this, if you are taking milk without causing any hinsa, it is fine. And in fact, our entire culture is based on this milk only. That is said by the Upanishad itself. So what else we can say? So this entire karma, karma hi payasadhana ashrayam, he says, agnihotradi. So agnihotradi karma is there. So when we say this pious, this milk, this anna is the karma sadhana, what is the meaning of that? Means, he says, without milk and ghee, okay, ghritam, you cannot do any Vaidika karma like Agnihotra, etc. So that means this is the means for doing karma, and that karma, tacha karma sadhanam, vitta sadhyam. So this, although we call all this saptanam, they are all really wealth, some form of wealth. So one wealth is given to everybody as sadharanam, two to the devas, and one to the animals, three for oneself. Those three are sadhya, Vashyakara says. They are all to be attained. Okay, they are all ends to be attained. To attain those three for yourself, what are those three? We'll see. But to attain those three for yourself, you are supposed to do karma. They are all karma sadhya. And this pious itself is a karma sadhana. It is a means for you to do karma. And if you do the Vaidika karma, then the other three you will get for yourself, something like that. Therefore, it is said before the other three, because they are sadhya, this is sadhana. You understand the logic. That's what Bhashyakara is giving here. So, tacha karma sadhanam vitta sadhyam vaksyamanasya annatrayasya sadhyasya. So, this whatever is going to be said, the three annas which are for oneself, they are all sadhya, and for that karma is the sadhana. Okay, therefore what yatha darsha purnamasau purmoktau anye, similarly even the darsha purnamasa has been said. before. Okay, as a anna. Therefore, what? Karma pakshatvat. So, Darsha Purnamasa also is a karma, and this pious is also uh, karma sadhana, at least. So, all this karma you do, and as that karma phala only, you are going to get the other three. That's what Bhashyakara is saying. So, the Darsha Purnamasa are also karma, they are said, and then immediately the karma sadhana pious is said, and then the sadhya, the three which are supposed to be attained by doing this karma, they are going to be talked about. Therefore, what? Ataha karma pakshatvat karmana saha pindikritya upadeshaha. Therefore, this Pashwanna also is part of karma only. Karma paksha it is. It is on the side of karma. Therefore, it is said along with the other two, the Darsha Purnamasa, which are also karma. Okay. So it is separately said like that. Pindi Kritya means here Pinda means a particular part. Okay. It is as a section. It is now talked about along with the other karma. That is the idea. Sadhanatva avishesha, because it is also a sadhana. Okay. It is having similarity with the others as a sadhana. Artha sambandhat anantaryam. Okay. Akaranam iti cha. So normally anantaryam means what you are going to say next. So whatever is supposed to be said when you are respectively saying, listing out certain things, this artha sambandha is there. It has to be meaningful, correct? The order in which you are talking has to have some meaning. So here that meaning is what? That all the sadhanas are said first, and then the sadhya will be said. So all the means are said, then the ends will be talked about. So that way, when you look at the order, it is proper. Okay, so like this, Bhashyakara is giving a meaning for this. So, Vyakhyane Pratipatti Saukaryacha, further what? When you are giving a explanation, for you to easily understand also, we can rearrange the order, he is saying. Because whenever you are giving a Vyakhyana, you don't have to go along with the original order. The Vyakhyana Karta, whoever is giving a commentary or a description, has to keep in mind how easily the others can understand. So for the purpose of easy understanding also, you can reorder. Okay. So sukham hi nairantaryena vyakyatum shakyante annani vyakhyatani cha sukham pratiyante. So this permanently, see, nairantaryena vyakyatum shakyante sukham hi. So easily understanding is a very important thing. Okay. Because unless we can understand something easily, then what is the point in even giving some commentary? Okay. So if you are giving a commentary, that has to be easily understood by everybody. So without any nairantaryena here means actually without any break, really. Otherwise, you have to talk about this as the seventh, correct? So first three you talk, then other three you have to talk, and again you have to talk about the sadhana. So you talk about Darsha Purnamasa as a sadhana, then you talk in between, now you bring in the sadhya. Sadhya Trayam you bring in. Then separately you talk about another sadhana, means it doesn't work out properly, correct? There is a break. But here, since all the different kinds of food which are all sadhana, if you talk them together without any break, it will help in understanding, correct? The meaning also will be easily grasped. So that is what is being done here. That's what Bhashyakara is saying here. Sukham hi nairantaryena means without any break. Nir antara means without any. Antara means having a break. That is also sometimes nirantara is translated as permanently also. But here we have to take it as without any break. Sukham hi nairantaryena vyakyatum shakyante annani vyakyatani cha sukham pratiyante. So we talk about all the annas which are sadhanas together without any break, so that it is easy to understand. Further, what tasmin sarvam pratishtitam yacha praniti yacha na iti asya ko arthaha iti uchyate. So now next part he is going Bhashyakara. So if you see here, tasmin sarvam pratishtitam yacha praniti yacha neti payasihi idam sarvam pratishtitam yacha praniti yacha na. So now this is the original also is there here. Okay. Tasmin sarvam pratishtitam yacha praniti yacha na. This much is there. That is again repeated here. And then the answer for that is what? Payasihi idam sarvam pratishtitam. So in the milk only, all that is here has a basis only in the milk. Okay, they are all based, their basis are there very, they are all there only because of this milk. Milk is the cause for everything. How? That is because with milk only we can do Vaidika karma. And whatever the world you are facing, it's all only your karma kala. Like that it will be linked here. So let us see that. Tasmin Pashwanne. So Tasmin means what? In this only everything is based. If you say like that, what is that in this? That is the Pashwanna, Payasi. In the milk only everything is based. Sarvam. So when we say Sarvam, all that is here means what are those things? If you see the whole world, normally we can look at it in many ways, subject, object, and all that. Correct. Also, we can look at it as Adhyatma, Adibhuta, and Adidaiva. Adhyatma means what? With reference to oneself as an individual. Even Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi we say 3 times. Correct. So that 3 Shantihi for what? One is Adhyatma Tapa, Adibhuta, Adi Bhautika or Adi Bhautika Tapa, and Adi Daivika Tapa. Like that, Tapa Trayam Shanti has to be there. Okay, all the 3 types of whatever, one is afflictions, you can say. Okay, Tapaha means affliction or that which really burns you. So all 3 types of afflictions have to be resolved. Correct. That's why we say 3 Shantis. Afflictions which are based on yourself as an individual. Afflictions which are coming from the surroundings. Adi Bhautika and Adi Daivika. Adi Daivika or Adi Daiva means what? That which is coming due to Daiva means something like earthquake and all that, tsunami and all. They are all due to Devas, which is coming like that. So your entire world is based on yourself, whatever is your immediate surroundings, and then whatever is happening beyond that also. There are some forces, are there heavenly forces, you can say. Now all 3 put together only becomes totality. Your universe is all these 3 things: yourself, your immediate surroundings, and then the cosmos. Okay. All of this are all established or pratishtitam means what? That it is having it as the basis. They are all having or based on only this milk. Okay. Yacha praniti prana cheshtavat yachana sthavaram shailadi. Also whatever is living and whatever does not live also. Whatever is sentient, you can say. Praniti means prana cheshtavat means that has some liveliness. Okay, that has some activity because it is alive. And that which has no sentience, like a rock. Yachana sthavaram shailadi, like a stone or a rock, which is unmoving. Sthavaram means that which is there in the same place. Sthavara Jangama, like that also we say. Jangama means that which can move. And Sthavara means that which is there in only one place, like a rock or a stone. It doesn't move by itself. So all this entire world, whether it is sentient or insentient, everything is based only on milk. Like that, the Upanishad is now talking about this milk, and it will also talk about a particular karma and all that. And what is the phala for that? We'll see all that next week. We'll continue and try to finish this next week. Yeah. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।